Welcome to the Bansko Buzz newsletter, issue 6. This is the audio version of the newsletter. Bagpipes, Kukeri and bells in Bansko. Unification Day celebrations and unique Bansko 6 culinary and folklore festival. Here's a photo of some food by Unique Bansko. It looks like a delicious dish. No idea what it is, but it looks like it's really tasty. Have you ever felt the power of a tradition so deep it rings through the streets? That's Unification Day, when Bansko comes alive with the sound of bagpipes, bells clanging and delicious aromas. The unique Bansko Festival is back for its 6th year this year, inviting you to immerse yourself in the vibrant culture that makes the town special. On Friday, starting at 6 p.m, there'll be a procession of bagpipes, music and the Kukeri with bells, and they'll start outside the main church clock tower. So that's near the Tuesday Information Centre in Bansko on the Big Tree. From 7 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. on the same day, on the Friday, there will be a culinary exhibition bazaar in the central square. So there should be some nice tasty food there for people to eat. On Saturday, it's a Taste and Aromas celebration. So starting at 6 p.m. in the main square, there's going to be different types of food from local mahanas and taverns. Then from 7 p.m, there's going to be some different folklore amateur groups on the main stage in the main square playing some traditional music. And then from 9 p.m. until 10 p.m. later that evening, there will be a presentation from local blacksmiths about making wrought iron products. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? That's in front of the fountains near Momimi Divori. On Sunday, traditional kurban, so the lamb soup, is going to be prepared by the grandmothers, the babas of Bansko, and that's going to be distributed in the main square in town at 12 noon. Also, local bakers will prepare some special breads, and there's also going to be a competition for the best pie in Bansko. That's going to be interesting to go and have a look at, especially if you're like me and you love your food. And then on the Sunday, from 11:30am on the main stage in the square, there'll be folk magic from Pirin. That'd be interesting. An educational puppet theatre as well. That's really interesting. That'd be a good one for the children. If you want some more information about this event and what's happening and the different timings on the Friday and the Saturday for Unification Day celebrations, then there's a link here. You will need a translation in your browser or a plugin because if you don't read Cyrillic, because it is all in Cyrillic. And then there's a reminder that this is the final main event of 2024 for the summer in Bansko, organised by the municipality or promoted by the municipality. So this is the main event. If you want one last event to go to, there might be smaller events that are in town, but this is kind of like one of the key events. Inside the Bansko Notice Board Facebook group, this week there were 77 new posts, 342 comments and 1,264 reactions. Pivoteka was featuring the Bansko Buzz, so thank you Michael down there for promoting Bansko Buzz down there with a poster. They've allowed us to put a poster up in there, and if there's any other local business that want us to put a poster up or do a mutual promotion of your venue for you're promoting Bansko Buzz to your customers, then reach out to me via email or social media. There's something in the air tonight. Adina took a photo of the sky over Bansko. Interesting photo. Not sure if it was a shooting star, a defunct satellite or a meteor. A few people had some suggestions and there was kind of a general consensus. Which part of the mountain train has the best views? Bianca wants to know if the views on the local mountain narrow gauge train are the best between Bansko and Yakuruda or afterwards. Some people had some different opinions. Personally, from my point of view, I mean, there's both actually before and after Yakuruda. Nice open stuff before Yakuruda. After Yakuruda, you have got quite a lot more tunnels, but I think it probably is a bit more pleasant, especially on the way to Velingrad. Definitely, definitely much better. I think after Yakaruda, from my opinion. Finding a mechanic who speaks English in Bansko, kind of a little bit of a challenge in Bansko. Fair enough, a good mechanic that is, that speaks English, and then isn't trying to rip you off as well. Unfortunately, some people do that. That's everywhere in the world. Let's not be naive. So yeah, if you don't speak Bulgarian then or Banski, then it's a bit of a challenge. Tori was asking, she's got an issue with a car, wants the mechanic to take a look at it. And I also wanted someone to come out to see the car because obviously she doesn't want to move it, take it to a garage, etc. And there were a few suggestions from different people. Removing yourself from Bulgaria's national health insurance system. Gerrit wants to remove himself from Bulgaria's national health insurance service because he no longer needs it. He's not spending so much time in the country. A few people had some suggestions and advice about that. So if you want to find more information, then click on that link. Local and municipality news this week. On Friday, it's the Unification Day. It's the national holiday. Bulgaria will celebrate 139 years of Unification Day. So back in 1885, the two parts of Bulgaria joined together to create a stable nation. And those two parts were the Principality of Berlin and then Eastern Rumelia in the south. So the Eastern Rumelia, not sure how you would pronounce it. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, which either way I've done it. That's in the south. That's where Bansko is located. Obviously, Bansko is close to the Greek border in the southern part of Bulgaria. So they were separated for 7 years by the Treaty of Berlin. Then they were brought back together. This is an important holiday for Bulgarians because then it essentially brought the whole of the country together. Okay, so it unified all of the country together as one Bulgaria. So it is an important holiday for Bulgarians. A reminder that all government offices will be closed on Friday. You might find that some shops and stores, probably not restaurants will be open as normal, but definitely shops and stores may close a little early, open a little later. And the weekend is expected to be quite busy in Bansko, especially with Bansko being a very traditional village town. And obviously the country is going to be quite busy in the different touristy places. Celebrating World Dog Day. Bulgaria's Mountain Rescue Service celebrated World Dog Day on Monday. They were showing off their two recent recruits, Pirin, who's part of the Bansko troop, and then Nero, who's part of the Troyan group. They both actually look quite eager. They're young, they seem excited. If you want to go and see the photos and have a read about them, then click and tap on this link. The gondola stops continuous movement. I did mention this before in previous issues. The gondola in Bansko, it's going to run continuously from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. next Sunday, the 8th. So from Monday the 9th of September, it's going to switch back to once up in the morning at around 8 o'clock, and then once back down at around 4:15, so it's closed for 4:30. That's just for the maintenance run that they do to check it, take staff up to the top of the mountain, and then obviously bring them back down as well. So it'll move from continuous movement on Monday the 9th. Safety comes first for Bansko Municipality. The municipality has reminded people to consider the safety when they're out on a scooter, because there's been quite a few different accidents in recent months. Reasonable request as well, especially with people zooming about on scooters, segways, etc., which I have seen actually quite a few people in segways this summer. So if you want more information on that, you can go and have a look. The Chapel of St. George has been fully restored in Goston. That's near Mester, so it's still in the Bansko municipality. It's been fully restored after fire damage. Some volunteers helped restore the roof, and donations were made for the cost of the materials that they bought. So if you want to have a look at that, then go here. Helping non-profits in Bansko. There's three main charities that do great work in Bansko that the Bansko Buzz likes to support. The three are Sunflower. Sunflower are continuously supporting the 4 safety homes in Bansko, the dementia home in Mester, and then the centre for people with special needs locally. Bansko Street Dogs. Bansko Street Dogs helps street dogs in Bansko and the surrounding areas through emergency care, neutering, flea and tick treatment, and kennels and feeding stations to keep the street dogs warm, dry, and well nourished. And then the Mountain Rescue Service Bansko Detachment. They're made up mostly volunteers, and they're going to respond no matter what the conditions, 24/7 up the mountain and come and rescue you. So if you've got any spare leather, dollars, euros, or pounds, then send a few their way, please. Events next week. What events are coming up next week? Well, in a little bit, in a 2 weekends' time or 2 weeks' time, is the Bansko Open Tennis Charity Event organised by Ilian. The Bansko Open Tennis Championship, it will bring together different tennis players of different abilities to battle out for the trophy and raise some money for local charity Bansko Street Dogs. Registering as a participant is important because there's going to be a limit on the number of individuals that are able to compete. So click or tap on this link to go and register. The Way the Heart painting exhibition continues. Sashka is showing off her energy paintings exhibition, The Way of the Heart, that continues in Bansko on Monday the 2nd from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. and also on Tuesday the 3rd from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. That's at the Tourist Information Centre in Bansko, and that is located near Trinity Church and where the big tree is just up from the main square. Charity walks on a Sunday. Carol is organising some charity walks on a Sunday, just to have a bit of a walk around for 3-4 hours, explore different paths, etc. in and around Bansko town. She's requesting that people donate some money so that the group can then donate to Bansko Street Dogs. Keep an eye out for her posts on the Bansko Notice Board group. You can then click on here or tap on here and you can go and have a read about that. And you can literally click on the event and be notified if there's any changes to time or whatever any updates are. Unique Bansko's culinary exhibition and bazaar. Mention this as the main news in this newsletter. The key timings, if you just want a quick look at it, is on Friday the 6th, which is Unification Day, at 6 p.m. in the square near the clock tower, so where the main church is. There's going to be music and celebrations, so there'll be bagpipes, and there'll be bells and quite a loud procession, let's say. And then on the Saturday, which is the 7th, the main event is going to be in the square at 6 p.m. On the Sunday, the main event starts at 11:30 in the main square. If you want some details, as I said before, you can tap on this link. You will either need to read Cyrillic or have a translation browser or plugin to read it. Bansko Without Makeup exhibition. Ina is showcasing her embroidery exhibition in Bansko on Saturday the 7th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday the 8th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then Monday and Tuesday, the 9th and the 10th, from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. And that is going to be like any other of the exhibitions. That's going to be at the Tourist Information Centre in Bansko. That's near Trinity Church and where the old tree is. If you want to include an event in next week's buzz, then complete this form by 6 p.m. on Friday to let us know so I can include it for you. The weather forecast. It is still unpredictable at the moment. Probably kind of the thing that we're in September, so it's kind of the unpredictable month, but hopefully it should be okay for hiking in a week or two's time. Just the changeable weather conditions when you come into the end of summer just makes everything around not fantastic, let's say. If you want a close to accurate forecast, then go on, click or tap on this link to go to the Meteor Blue weather app. or you can go to whatever store you're using on your phone for apps, and you can go on and just type in and get Meteor Blue. You can even get it to a certain point, so if you're going up to the mountain, if you're heading up towards Tudorka, then you can even see what the weather is on Tudorka at this point, and then what the forecast is. And it's good to share. If you've got a friend who should be reading the Bansko Buzz weekly newsletter for Bansko in Bulgaria, then send them to this page to subscribe. They can go and read some of the past issues and then get the audio version that you're listening to now. And that's pretty much it. If you like to listen or read the Bansko Buzz newsletter, everything about Bansko, news, events and happenings in town, then go to www.banskobuzz.com.